Hey YouTube, this is Luigi the Fourth, and this is the time I'm trying to record my Burning Vengeance, Deck Tech Part 4. Before I start, the reason I play Burning Vengeance is because I like having access to my whole deck, but you gotta kind of balance that off. You know, you gotta balance off all those draw card spells up there with reasons to play them. And since they all have flashback, I can play Burning Vengeance and kill off the opponent's creatures or just deal damage to them while I'm drawing all my cards. And then also I can use Delver to put on some pressure nice and early before I get to these and win. But anyway, I'm not going to start at the bottom, I'm going to start at the top with the draw card spells. And since I like drawing cards so much, obviously this is a necessity. So we're going to start off with Desperate Ravings. This is arguably the best card in the deck. It flashes back, synergy with Burning Vengeance. You discard cards, synergy with flashback, and it's an instant, which is synergy with counter spells. It's just all around great. It draws you 2 instead of 1, and the card you discard, there's only a single one-of in the deck, and that you can flash back. So you really shouldn't be too disappointed about discarding a card. Faithless Looting is, I don't know, maybe even better, because you can choose the cards you discard, which is better because you can discard flashback cards and then just flash them back with Burning Vengeance, deal damage and whatnot. Also, it comes with a flashback cost, which makes it better than Ponder and stuff. And yeah, unfortunately, it's a sorcery, so you can't just play it during the opponent's end step if they don't have a counter spell. But usually, I've got some these or these. And next up is Think Twice. It's not nearly as good as Desperate Ravings and that's why there's only 3, but it's still pretty good. If you've got like one counter spell in your hand and you've already played a couple, and you want to keep that counter spell in case they play their big bomb, you want to keep your Think Twices around. And so that's why I got these. So you don't discard any cards with Desperate Ravings. Next on the list is the board wipes section, and Slagstorm is the first in that category. It's the reason that I didn't play it before is because I thought it was more expensive than Rolling Temblor, but it's really not. It's like 80 cents a piece. So I saw that, I immediately got into Channel Fireball, ordered myself a playset, and now here they are. Only thing is, it costs 1 more red, does not flash back, and hits Delver. So you'd play it a lot less than you would Rolling Temblor, but it comes in handy a lot more than you need it to. Last time at FNM, I just got demolished by like a playset of Vampire Nighthawks, and I was looking at all these Rolling Temblors, thinking, oh God, what do I do? So now I've got Slagstorm to deal with them. And next is Rolling Temblor. It comes with a flashback cost, does not hit Delver, and costs 1 less red. So those are all nice things, but still not as good as Slagstorm just because that deals more damage to all the creatures. And there's only 6 creatures in this deck, so you're not taking much of a penalty by having it hit your creatures. And also it comes with a flashback cost, so you can deal damage to players, or maybe like flashback one of these, and then the 2 damage to a creature that way, and the other 2 with a Burning Vengeance or something. So next is the counter spells. These just are a necessity in any, heavy defensive blue deck. And we start off with Rewind. This is actually probably the best one in the deck, but I only get to have 2 because it costs 4. But it's really nice because you can just counter the spell and then, end step, cast, like a Desperate Ravings or Think Twice. So yeah, that makes it the best, but like I said, you have to only have 2 because it costs 4. Mana Leak is the one I have a playset of. It's just really great, counters any spell, and usually they don't want to play 3 or they can't. Unfortunately, all these things get stumped, play Cavernous Souls, which I wish was never printed. But anyway, Essence Scatter is next. It's just kind of like Mana Leaks number 5 and 6. It only hits creatures, but it is a hard counter. They can't overcome it, and that makes it a lot better than Mana Leak. When I need it, but usually Mana Leak's better. Next is things that kill people. So Delver is a starter in that. I just love Delver. It's just awesome. I don't think I really need to talk about that. Everyone knows what that does. Charmbreaker is kind of my secret weapon. It it just hits the board, and they're like, all right, I'm taking 4 next turn, whatevs. And then I cast like Faithless Looting, Think Twice, Desperate Ravings. It's already a 16-4, but then they're thinking, I can jump it. Well, Singleton, Artful Dodge, flash that back. It becomes a 24, unblockable swings to the win. It's just awesome. And yeah, I love Charmbreaker. There's only 2 because usually I can draw my way into 1 and not discard it. And then Burning Vengeance, like I said, it lets you get away with playing all those draw card spells by letting you deal damage while you do it. So yeah, that makes it great. It's not really much of a win condition unless you get 2 of them, but yeah, I don't know why my hand's trembling right now. But yeah, it is. Next is the lands. It's really more of a red-based deck, so I have 12 mountains and 11 islands. And the sideboard I have right over here. You know, I'm thinking about Vapor Snags. I've got a place out of those. Couldn't find my 4th one, but you know, Smelt is certainly something that would be in the sideboard. Otherwise, I've got what? Geist Flames, more Smelts. Tybalt is just a card in the pile. It's terrible. I'm not even going to use that guy anymore. Magma Quakes, you know, unsummons as more Vapor Snags. That was kind of what my sideboard looked like last time. And the things I usually brought in were the Geist Flames, the Magma Quakes, or the Smelts. So I'll figure that out by tomorrow. So yeah, that's the deck. And bye.